Hello and welcome back to Gotham Sound's coverage of NAB 2026. I'm here with Glenn Sanders from Zaxcom. Glenn, good to see you again.
Hi.
Hi.
How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good.
Thanks for being here with us. Thanks for watching. If you have questions for Glenn, please leave them in the comments. But let's dive in.
Technically, aren't you here with us?
We could be.
Because I didn't come to see you.
That's true. You did that last week.
That's right.
Okay.
So you're here with us.
That's right. We are here with Zaxcom. Glenn, thank you for inviting us into your world. Tell us about the new and exciting things that you have.
Well, I'm really excited to have you here. Hello, everyone in the U.S., around the world. Again, thank you very much to Gotham for being here. We're showing new products. There are things that we did not talk about. We went to Gotham. We did videos on the DCiRX. And DCiRX is here being demoed in its native intended form, which is you could see it on this mount with an iPhone. And the audio is coming from the DCiRX. We have a local 48-volt mic on the iPhone, and we have a wireless mic that is also going to it as well. Just to cover it a little bit more, it's a mono or stereo link combined with the microphone that you plug directly into DCiRX, and it's got an auto mixer. So those 4 tracks of audio are going to the phone, and they're being locally recorded in the DCiRX. This is a completely new animal, not available from any manufacturer except us. It handles 48-volt phantom microphones as well as provides 5-volt bias for lavaliers. So if you're out there doing news work, if you're doing documentaries, anything you're doing that is, audio to an iPhone or broadcast camera, this handles it. It's the most versatile thing out there. It also is running external power from the iPhone or whatever you are powering the iPhone with. So you can use external things that are running off 12 volts.
It's Peter from behind the camera. I just wanted to bring up a use case, and I forgot to tell you guys before. The USB audio is killer. That's how we're getting audio into this rig. And the LEMO connection is also amazing. I could have had a lav get to my voice, but one idea I had for it was if we needed to go backup hardwired, that would be such a cool way to do it, because if, let's say, this, we've been getting little dropouts, but if we really needed to just immediately switch to a backup hardwire, this receiver is the only one on the market that lets you do it quickly.
Very cool. All right, so that's Peter from behind the camera. All right, but so for more on DCiRX, check out the videos that are already at gothamsound.tv. But these two things I haven't seen before.
Right. So before I don't want to ruin this, but I just want to point out that on DCiRX cannot be overloaded, and it is really immune to interference. And we walked this entire hall without any dropouts. So walkies, other wireless microphones, I mean, it is as solid a receiver as has ever been built with the narrowband direct conversion technology that we came up with, which is very unique to Zaxcom.
Now,
moving on.
Moving on.
You're showing what we call the ZRC. ZRC is a new remote control for our wireless. It's a handheld device with a big screen, relatively speaking, full color, very real time, so you're able to control all of our wireless microphone features remotely. You just tell it the ID code of the transmitter. You can set the audio level. You can set whether it's transmitting or not. You can change modulation types. It's a full remote control for our wireless, so that if you're out there like in some sporting event like football or what have you, someone can walk around with this and make the changes that they want to make to the transmitters. And also it has a timecode reader generator built into it, so it can be the timecode master for all the Zaxcom transmitters. So this was something that was requested, and we felt, we need to do it, but we didn't want to do something that wouldn't be really nice for people in the field. We wanted the big screen. We wanted a touch screen kind of feel without the liability of using a touch screen outside where you've got, moisture and elements. So it's a really, really great remote control that is a standalone thing. There's no phone required. There's no secondary software. That'll be coming out relatively quickly, probably in about, I'm going to say 4 to 6 weeks. It'll be available for purchase.
And it's really light, and it's got this nice rubberized feel around the outside.
Oh yeah, no, it's definitely a rubber case. So if you drop it, it's not a problem.
And AA batteries, or what is it?
AA batteries, yeah.
Okay.
And this will run a full day on a charge if you use nickel metal hydride. So really cool device for Zaxcom customers. And the interest in this has been really, really good. So we think it's going to do quite well.
Yeah, I imagine that for a lot of applications, but specifically for sports, right? You're miking somebody up, you want to put the mic to
Definitely.
sleep.
And this is not a ZaxNet audio device, meaning that if you're going to use this, you could actually have multiples of them because they only transmit commands when they need to. So if you have 10 people with 10 of these, you're able to use them all at the same time, all on the same frequency.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's another advantage on this. Has a audio connector for time code, so it's compatible with time code that you would put into our regular transmitters.
Is that a Limo 3 for that?
That's a Limo 3.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, so we did that for time code.
Okay.
Right there.
Very cool.
Right on the top.
And then when is this expected to come out?
It'll be out in about 4 to 6 weeks, we think.
Okay.
Yeah, they're in production right now.
Okay.
And the software on it is done. We think it came out pretty nice.
Yeah, absolutely. No,
So
it's
pretty good. That's the ZRC.
Okay.
The big news, and it is big news, is the QRX400. So we did not pre-announce this. This is the first time anyone is finding out about this. QRX400 is a multi-channel receiver based on our narrowband direct conversion technology. So I'm going to go out not too far on a limb here and tell you this is the best ENG receiver ever built in terms of transmission RF quality and resistance to interference. We've had multiple people walk this hall, which is several football fields, no dropouts at all. It's really an amazing device.
So this is with this staying here and people walking around with a
Well, that's with
transmitter,
people
or?
walking around with DCiRX.
I see, okay.
So, but this is 4 DCiRXs inside. It has a great front end with a very, very high, what we call IP3. Its value is like plus 40, which is pretty unheard of for an ENG receiver. You could put a walkie-talkie within a foot or two of this and not wipe anything out. Same thing with other wireless microphones. You're not going to overload the front end, and it has 4 independent narrowband direct conversion receivers. Unlike receivers that digitize 25 megahertz, anything in that 25 megahertz that's strong weakens and desensitizes the receiver. So if you're looking at a full spectrum analysis of 25 megahertz, there are issues. With this, the 200 kilohertz narrow band, for all 4 channels having their own 200 kilohertz channels, you can't overload it. I could be with the transmitter I'm trying to receive within, a foot or two of this, and it's not going to overload. The IF is not going to crosstalk. There's not going to be interference from image frequencies that you have with older technology receivers. Without a doubt, the sensitivity of this, the resistance to interference is amazing. And with this receiver, because it's 4 channels in the space of a QRX400 or the older Electrosonics packaging, which is the same, you've got a really versatile system that is incredible in terms of value. Right now, this is set to retail for $3,800. Which is less than half the price of other companies' receivers that only receive 2 channels. So it's going to give you better audio quality, incredible RF performance, incredible value, because if you're looking at spending, more than twice as much money for an 8-channel receiver from another company or a company's, With this, you've got, for $3,800, a 4-channel receiver that you can put in separate sound bags.
Well, and it has ZaxNet on it too. I don't.
And
know
it
if
has
they
a
mentioned that.
ZaxNet transmitter.
That's huge.
Yeah. So, you know, we've heard from our customers that have said, I don't buy Zaxcom because I use another company's mixer recorder, so I can't get the full value of it. With the QRX400, you can.
Yep.
Because it's got the ZaxNet transmitter, so you're able to remote control your transmitters. You're able to change the gain of the preamps remotely, which is far better than having no control over those preamps.
And sorry, what is the frequency range of that? Is that 470 to 700?
It's 470 to 698.
698.
So you've got the full bandwidth. It's got an incredible scan feature in it, so that you can just pick out, you know, whatever frequency you want from whatever bandwidth you're looking to use. The filter in it is 35 megahertz wide, but it's continuously tunable. You don't have the limitation of SAW filters that already pre-decide what frequencies you can use. If you want to set the thing for a center frequency of 560, 570, you know, 525, it's completely versatile. So you're not locked into the SAW filter dilemma of not being able to use wireless microphones where you want them. So it has that, and it's an incredibly sensitive receiver. We have a new filter in the front end that has extremely low loss. So, you know, what you're going to get with this is incredible range, and you're going to get incredible resistance to interference. But that's not all.
Okay.
I have to say it that way, I'm sorry.
Okay.
With this, it has a multi-channel audio recorder built in. So you could just drop this receiver in an insert car or anywhere, and while the software in that's not done, we're going to record most likely 6 channels of audio, which will be the 4 received tracks of audio, plus a linear timecode track, plus the auto mixer track. Yes, it has an auto mixer in it. So you're able to create an auto mix track from those 4 received tracks. It also has USB output, so if you want to plug it into a computer and use it as an interface for a computer, you could do it. You could record those tracks on the computer. You can also feed the auto mix track to a linear output or to an AES output. So it just doesn't have 4 outputs. It actually has at least 8 outputs to it. So it's almost like a little, again, Swiss Army knife of a receiver. But if you look at the display, it is crazy readable, sunlight readable. I can change to a few different menus in here. And, you know, this would be an amazing menu outside. And you can read it in direct sunlight. You can read it in darkness. So instead of, you know, the paper displays that you can't read in darkness, this would be absolutely the best for all applications. And of course, it's full color. So we've got a lot of cool things coming for it. It will have a real-time spectrum analyzer. In fact, if you can zoom in on this, you'll see I'm showing the channel that we're receiving here. That's a real-time spectrum analyzer for the channel. That's showing a 100 kilohertz wide signal. And with all these receivers, you can use all of our modulations, including my favorite, which is ZHD98, which is only 100 kilohertz wide. And you can take this and put the channels 200 kilohertz apart. So with this kind of system, there is no need for the wider systems that are available from other manufacturers. Was that WiMAX? Yeah, I got to remember it. So this will outperform WiMAX, and it's all, sorry? WMAX, I'm sorry. It'll outperform that, and it gives you the ability to be point-to-point. You're not locked into using like a full 5 megahertz channel. You can, you know, have multiple receivers in multiple locations, multiple transmitters. It's cost effective. It eliminates any need for WiMAX with this receiver. So,
well, let's get to some questions, because we got a lot of questions and we are running out of time.
We're going crazy here.
Yeah.
All right,
but this is super exciting. So just to kind of, we'll start with the QRX400 and kind of work our way back.
Okay.
Is there any serial or network connectivity for the QRX400 to attach to, say, a GUI bridge.
Yes, absolutely. There's an RS422 port on it. It will hook up to the GUI bridge. It will be remote controllable. We could do remote control that way, or we may choose to do it through USB or both. So the product is slated to come out in about 8 to 12 weeks, so sometime around July.
Okay.
We're in production on it right now, and you can obviously see it's come quite a ways.
And just to show, somebody asked...
Look at the bottom.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah.
Air holes?
Yes, air holes.
Very cool. And then the outputs, you've got 4 analog outputs across 2 TA5s, and then it looks like you can do AES 1 to 4 on 1 TA5.
And you're the one holding it. How hot is it?
It's cool to the touch.
Exactly.
Yep.
It is extremely low power. So for the 4 channels, it draws less power than QRX200. So it's really, really power efficient. So wonderful for a sound bag.
Rewinding, so that's what we've got for the QRX400. There's a bunch of people that say they wish they could be there. Lauren Banjo says she wishes she could be there. Does the QRX400 share a filter across all receiver channels, or you mentioned you can distribute it throughout the range?
It does. Yeah, the front end filter in here is 35 megahertz wide, super high Q. So you can actually tune it pretty low to almost 470 or on 470 and still have resistance to walkie-talkies running at 460. So it's a very steep slope on the filter. And again, continuously variable.
Got it. Okay, so working back, this RTK asked if this will be able to be used to program the VRX. This is specifically for things in ZaxNet, is that correct?
Yeah, that's not a VRX-ish thing.
Got it, okay.
Yeah, I mean, with the VRX, we've got the GUI bridge program on that, and that's the way that's going to be for a while.
Great. So moving back to the DCiRX, there's been a lot of interest in people emailing us about the DCiRX, by the way, and do check out the deep dive video. So that is one transmitter. The transmitter could be stereo or mono.
Correct.
Right? So for one transmitter, that answers that question.
And that's so you could easily go from one-man band to adding a sound bag with a stereo link.
Yeah. And then what's the estimated battery life using lithium-ion batteries with a phantom power mic on that?
Lithium-ion on DCiRX?
Yeah.
You'd be at about 6 hours.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, we recommend nickel metal hydride. That's about a 5-hour battery. But certainly you could do it. The interesting thing about it is it'll power from a phone or it'll power from some intermediate box like we have going on right now on the demo here, so that if you've got an external 12-volt battery, you don't have to worry about powering it. And the internal batteries do work as a backup so that it's going to automatically switch over to the internal batteries.
And what's the price and release date? I know it's coming very, very soon.
I'm sorry, say that again.
How much will it cost and when will it be available?
It's $15.95, and we start shipping, I believe, within 2 weeks.
Wow. Okay, so that is really...
Now we've got them all built up. We're just going through a couple software additions because there's always something to put in it. But it's here at the show working, and people can come by and put on the headphones and listen to the local 48-volt mic, as well as a wireless mic that's also here in the booth.
Got it. And so a couple of random questions.
And also,
go ahead.
There's a unit to walk around the show with to see that, again, no dropouts anywhere.
And this does not have any ZaxNet on it, correct?
There is no ZaxNet in there.
Okay, so there's no two-way communications receiver.
This is really made to be a bit of a different animal in terms of a bridge between our professional customers and those people who are using, again, the 2.4 gigahertz more non-professional solutions that are really not happy with the RF performance they get at 2.4 gigs. And, and again, it's not just a link. It's got so much more in it with the recording, an auto mixer, and 48-volt mic input.
Great.
Yeah.
All right, so some kind of non-product questions, but Sound Mixer Vegas wants to know, can we have an app and an MP3 on the Nova 3? And then Simon wants to know about the new Deva, question mark.
The new what?
New Deva.
Ah, the new Deva. Well, we're not talking about any apps. We got to get a close-up for this?
Yeah, of course.
We're not talking about any apps on that at the time. I mean, the new Deva is in process. I mean, we are very, very far along. We are not showing it here because it is not ready to be shown. But we're hoping that by the end of the year, we will have the unit to put out with some people and show them what we're doing. I think a big benefit for the Deva 48 is that we developed a lot of new wireless technology, and that's all going to be available for Deva 48. I mean, again, what Zaxcom has done for the last 2 years, basically, is re-examined everything. Where are we? Where are we going? If you look at wireless technology, and looked at what we've done, what competitors have done, there's been a lot of starts and stops in the industry. We have a lot of competitors that put out digital wireless that, one way or another, were, good, maybe not so good. But we've looked at where we are and said, what's the next step? Coming out with digital wireless in the year 2000, we were literally, 10, 15, up to 20 years before anyone. So it's really nice that we've been able to take a step back and say, what do we have that's great? How can we improve it? We are also looking at software advances to put out to our current customer base that will enhance the performance of our current products a little bit based on some of the new technology that we've developed for these products. So what I want everyone to know is Zaxcom is... I want them to know that we are moving forward in a way to enhance our current customers' products and to put out new technology that is far in advance of products that we make and products from our competitors. And Zaxcom is a company that is not owned by anyone. We make our own decisions. We do everything to service the products. We are an American company, and that's how it's going to stay because that's the way we want it.
All right. Well, I think that's as good a place as any to leave it. Glenn, thank you so much. Thanks for showing us DCiRX, QRX400, and the ZRC.
The ZRC. Zaxcom Remote Control.
Thank you for having us by. Thank you for watching.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Yeah. Thank you for all your great comments. Stay tuned for more from NAB 2026. Email us at info@gothamsound.com. See you soon.